Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 badass day shift moments.
Nice, bro. Yes.
I got 6.
You got 6, I got 5. I'll catch you up.
For this list, we're looking at moments from Netflix's vampire action comedy that had our jaws on the floor. If you haven't seen the movie yet, you'll need more than garlic to ward off these spoilers. What did you think of Day Shift? Sink your teeth into the comments below. Number 10. Big John takes down an enemy barehanded.
Come on, let's get cracking.
For the most part, vampire hunters need to rely on weaponry and reflexes to stay in the game. But in this scene, Big John proves every part of his body is lethal. The third act sees the protagonists take the fight to the enemy to rescue Bud's daughter and ex-wife from the vicious Audrey. They get an assist from fellow vampire hunter Big John Elliott, played by the illustrious Snoop Dogg. While this sequence boasts other exploits of his we'll get to soon, this one catches our eye for its simplicity.
I see you. He didn't know, did he? He didn't know.
After mowing down Audrey's sunscreen manufacturers, one human familiar reveals itself to still be alive. But he clearly did not expect Big John's sure-handedness and Bud's hilarious commentary.
Stay down, fool.
Yo, you did that without even stretching, huh?
Number 9. Bowling for Vamps. Desk jockey Seth clearly wasn't trained for fieldwork, but even he probably couldn't predict just how real things would get. After Bud tells Seth to wait in the car, he sneaks into a bowling alley to deal with juvies, vampires that were turned by newborn vamps themselves. He does not mince words, easily taking them out with a pump-action shotgun. But when one sneaks up on him, even he could use a hand from Seth.
Time for the tooth fairy.
Seth isn't a whole lot of help yet in the field. He can barely toss Bud his gun. But we're sure these two will always remember this mission as their first team up.
Whoa, sorry.
Next time I tell you give me that goddamn gun, you give me that goddamn gun. Now duck.
What?
I said duck.
Well, and for the first time, Seth soiled himself.
You did good in there. You did good in there. Besides, everybody pisses themselves the first time.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you?
No, I didn't. But listen, you did.
Number 8. Car chase. Car chases aren't the first thing you would expect from a vampire movie, but Day Shift delivers all the same. Once Bud learns his family's in danger, he hightails it with his daughter Paige in tow. Audrey's goons give chase, leading to one of the film's best sequences. Even though Bud's driving a shoddy pool cleaner truck, his cover for being a vampire hunter, he proves he still has more moves than those in the souped-up rides. As humorous as it is having an oblivious Paige playing a racing video game, even Bud could use a co-pilot.
The guy coming on the right!
There are plenty of money shots in this sequence, but it's ultimately some quick thinking on Bud's part that gets them out of the jam. Number 7. Tunnel of Death.
Place ain't creepy at all.
Tell me about it. Here we go.
Shortly after Big John puts the moves on the vampire from our first entry, he and Bud proceed into the caverns of the building. In what has to be the most terrifying haunted house ever, they're beset on all sides as vampires seemingly pop out of nowhere. Still, they are no match for this dynamic duo, as cool heads and steady hands win the day. Unfortunately, not even the best of the best can always come out unscathed, as Big John finds himself bitten before long.
John, what the hell is you doing?
I'm saving your black ass.
What are you talking about?
Man, you go get your family right now. I got this.
We can't do it like this.
You know I work alone.
Rather than risk the mission, Big John makes sure Bud presses on while he holds off the rest, seemingly sacrificing himself after saying a one-liner befitting of Snoop.
West Side for life.
Still, we were relieved to see Big John alive come the ending.
That's what I love about LA. All the damn vampires.
Number 6. Audrey Goes Beast Mode. Aside from her brief show of strength in the pawn shop, it's not until the climax that we see Audrey show off her uber vampire abilities. way faster and stronger than the other vampires, Audrey proves too much for Bud on a physical level. She could probably kill him easily, but her thirst for vengeance has her drag things out and drag him around. This opens the door for Bud's ex Jocelyn to intervene, who impales Audrey.
That's what you get.
Still, by the time Audrey straight up catches a bullet in her teeth, we're wondering if she can be killed at all. That is, until she runs neck first into Bud's clothesline. Works every time.
Works every time.
Number 5, Mall Siege.
Welcome to the mother shit.
Bud, the recently turned Seth, and their new vampire ally Heather get the climax started off right in this scene. Infiltrating Audrey's base of operations at an abandoned mall, the three come in guns blazing. So too does the first wave of the vampire's human familiars. But anyone who thought they stood a chance clearly has not been paying attention.
Oh, got me! Stop! Calm down! They're expecting humans, okay? It's lead. It can't hurt you. Really? Yes. But hey, let it make you mad.
The gang mercilessly mops the floor with the familiars. We even get to see Seth utilize his newfound vampire powers in a brilliant display of athleticism. Still, even they can get outnumbered, as the firepower from the opposing side leads them to take cover, which leads us into our next entry. Number 4, Big John's Big Gun.
Bud, what do we do? We're surrounded!
We figured Snoop wouldn't have the biggest role in this action extravaganza, but you still do not put Snoop Dogg in a vampire movie if you're not gonna let him kill a whole bunch of vampires. With our heroes pinned down, Big John shows up to save the day, brandishing a Gatling gun affectionately named Big Bertha. John and Bertha live up to their names in a big way, cutting through the opposition with absolute savagery.
Black Cowboy. Get out!
Seriously, if the mall wasn't condemned as it was, it sure would be after Big John has his say. Still, it's not the only time we see Big Bertha at work, as John takes out the aforementioned manufacturers with just as much ease. Number 3, Heather and Seth versus Klaus.
You're working on that lantern, huh?
No, I planned it like that.
Go, we've got him.
Seth may be new to the whole vampire hunting thing. Hell, he may be new to the whole being a vampire thing. But he shows he can hang with the best of them, with a little help, of course. While Bud faces off against Audrey, Seth and Heather handle Audrey's first in command, Klaus. Again, while the majority of action scenes in Day Shift involve big guns and sharp objects, this hand-to-hand combat fight proves refreshingly gratifying all the same. While Klaus is obviously the most seasoned vampire, it turns out to be a numbers game. When Klaus locks Heather and Seth into a dual chokehold, they relieve themselves by relieving Klaus of both his arms. Also, Seth doesn't wet himself this time, so there's that.
Guess what?
What's that?
I didn't pee myself this time.
Get out.
Vampires don't pee or poop.
No, they don't.
Please let me just have this little victory.
Number 2, Granny Fight.
Who are you? What are you doing in my room? Where's Michael?
We knew Day Shift would have wall-to-wall action going into it, but it made sure to start off on the right foot with the opening scene. During a pool cleaning gig, Bud enters the accompanying house to deal with the vampire inside. Only the vampire turns out to be an old lady. Not to be underestimated, the old lady proves to be rather spry for her age, bending her limbs in a very unnatural way. Or should we say supernatural? Still, even she has her limits, as the end of the fight sees Bud get her all bent out of shape, literally. Bud doesn't know it at the time, but this kill would cause more trouble than it was worth. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Destroying the Hive.
D, you supposed to pry that shit open, not smash it.
Hey, are we inside the house or not, bro?
Don't even think about it.
The movie may have saved its most bombastic sequence for the middle, but upon viewing it, we're not complaining. After taking out a couple of familiars and a vampire in a house, the team learns the place is actually a hive full of the creatures. Bud and Seth, teaming up with the badass Nazarian brothers, the foursome enters a vampire melee for the ages. There are so many gruesome kills in this sequence that we can't count them on 2 hands. Most notably, a decapitation by way of television. Still, above all else, the greatest thing on display in this sequence is the stunt work.
Stay away from the walls.
Seriously, this movie could have used more Nazarian brothers, but we could totally see Netflix saving them for a follow-up.
Big money, baby, big
This
money.
is what I was talking about.
Yeah.
This was good, yes?
Very good.
What happened to you? You piss your pants?
It's kind of my thing.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.